everybody. Good afternoon. It's Wednesday afternoon, and I have to tell you that this weather is so beautiful. I gotta admit that it's kind of hard to be online when outside is so pretty. But here I am, and I have a project. Of course, I'm crafting. I hope that even though everything is starting to open up and summer is here, you guys don't give up on making fun projects. Hi, Noelle. Oh, I'm so glad that you're on here with me. I am excited today because at first I was going to show you the walkthrough of the new catalog, but I realized we really have one more week, and I'm going to hold on to that till next week. But I think you're really going to like what I have today. So I've been kind of trying to do 1 week with the stamp of the month, 1 week of scrapbooking, and 1 week of card making, and then 1 week of just whatever comes up. I'd like to make that into like a dimensional project of some kind. But I'm going to do another week of a scrapbook page because I have really been looking forward to using this Make It From Your Heart book. And you know, like I said, so many people ask me if it's worthwhile. And I just want you to know that I really do use it often. You know, people use sketches off the internet all the time, and that's what these kind of look like. But it's nice to have a whole book of them, and it's a reasonable price. So last week we did this one with the pot holder. I can't remember who it was who said this looked like a pot holder from back in the day, but now that's all I see. It cracks me up. So that's funny. But so we're going to do this one today. This is pattern number 2, and then I promise I'll go back to doing something other than scrapbook pages. But basically, this one calls for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 basic colors or patterns, and you just cut strips that are, you know, 10 inches long, and fill in the center of your page, and then there's a banner across the center and your photograph. And then the little circle they show here is a title, but in reality, it could be any, from there, you know, you can embellish. So let me show you the colored ones that they have. So they have one that's more pastel, and here's their title, and then they embellished in the corners. And then here's one that's a little, what I would call summary, where they used like a pattern paper background and stuck with more of a color theme. And so this is kind of what we're going to do today, but the paper I'm going to use, let me just set that aside, is the birthday pack. You know, the birthday pack is in the core catalog, and you know, when it first came out, several people bought this pack, and you know, it has gobs of paper in it. It's shocking. Like, you can use a lot of the paper, and then sorry, I lost my page. I had it marked and then I moved on. But there it is. Okay, so you can do a project and still have a lot of paper left over, and this particular scrapbooking pattern really lends itself to having, you know, using scraps. I know, this is the pack that we used to make the event calendar during the class, and I think that of all of the sticker sheets and paper packs, it's so usable. Like, every single sticker on here is something that I like and I would use. It helps to have such a narrow theme, right? But it really is a cool paper pack, and so I wanted to show you that. I also have the Picture My Life cards, which were a special a couple of months ago. where they came out with Picture My Life cards to coordinate with this pack. And I noticed I don't think that any of my customers purchased these, and I was really surprised because these make amazing birthday cards and scrapbook pages. And you know, this paper pack is really cool because one side of it has pinks and oranges, and the other side of it is blues, like a turquoise blue and the sapphire blue. And so you don't have to think of it as a boy side and a girl side, but I do think of it a little bit that way, although I have certainly done pages that are blue for girls and etc. So I just wanted to show you, this is the pack we're using, and I wanted to make sure you saw the PML cards before they go away, because these are really usable. Every single card is really usable. I'm shocked at how good they are. I shouldn't be shocked. It's close to my heart. I don't know. And then the paper pack itself, I just want to show you. I know you, if you haven't already, like Noelle, you've seen it, but I just want to show you the paper. So the cardstock stickers are really cool. I'm going to set those aside because I do plan on using those a little bit on this. So you got the blue-green side and then the pink-orange side of the balloons, right? And then the next paper, you've got pink polka dots on one side and then the blue and turquoise on the other. And then we have the star sheet, which is the candles on one side and the star paper on the other. Wouldn't that be cool for like graduation or swimming pool theme, or I mean just any summer theme? I love this multicolored rainbow print, and on the back is a multicolored polka dot. So those are pretty usable for various things. And then the presents, we have the pink orange presents on one side and the blue green on the other. And finally, confetti on one side and happy birthday on the other. So, you know, you pretty versatile for men, women, kids, adults, cards, or scrapbooking. So I think that whole pack is really cool. Now, the other thing I'm going to use, I want to show you, I bought this Stars and Sparklers card making set, and it comes with this rubber stamp, or this stamping set, and these die cuts, right? And I've been dying to make these balloons, so I thought, well, why not, you know, we could do it together. Now, the kit here, when you buy it, the only way to get the stamp set is to buy the whole kit. But it's not a bad kit. You get the fun red, white, and blue papers and some cardstock. You could easily use that for another project if you wanted to do something other than red, white, and blue themed cards. So I just wanted to show you, these are the cards that you can make using this card set. It also comes with a little pack of die cut little tiny glitter stars to add to it, and you know, could use that anytime. But I really wanted to mostly just, yeah, I was just dying to use this stamp set, so we'll do that. Okay, the other thing I pulled in here that might look a little different is, you know, I just pulled in some cardstocks that go with that birthday paper. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I always like to add a few solids in when you have so much pattern, and so I wasn't really sure which of these papers I would use, but it's nice to have a couple of, at least a couple of colors of solids that coordinate. You know, you can get that variety pack for close to my heart where you can pick 2 sheets of, you know, 6 or 12 colors, and you can get a whole variety of colors really easily that way for use on projects like this. Okay, so this particular page, I'm going to do a white base. And then what I did was I cut the strips out. Now these strips, there's a variety of 1 inch and 1/2 inch strips, and they're 10 inches long. And what I like to do, I don't necessarily, like this pattern tells you, okay, of this paper, this is A and E, and this paper is B and H, and then it tells you where to put A, B, C, D, E, you know, whatever. I kind of like to do my own thing when it comes to this, and so I'm going to anchor it. You know, our paper has both a dark and a light, and I'm going to do the dark side. But I'm basically going to anchor this with hot pink because I like that a lot. And I like the turquoise next to it. I'm just laying this out in a way that I like. Now it does say, you know, 1 inch, half, and then 1 inch, and then half. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna do the light side of the orange. Can't decide. I'm distracted today. And I added an extra strip because of the zip strip on this paper is cool, and I really like the way that looks. And so I'm just laying these out like that. Okay, I really like how that looks. Let me see. I think I might do the lighter side. Yeah, the lighter side. Okay, so what it says to do here is 3 inches over and 1 inch up for this corner. And so one of the things I like to do is I like to get one of these quilting rulers. I hope you can see it on camera. And kind of, you can put it, each heavy line is like a cross is a 1 inch. So I just put it at the 1 inch mark, and then I can lay down my strips, glue down my strips. So yes, you're going to be tortured a little bit watching me put my strips down, because I'm going to go ahead and glue them as we talk here. So I'd like to know what projects you're working on. I'm going to start this. Since I added a strip, I'm going to start just a little bit over. Now, once you get that first strip in place, they all just butt up to each other. So it's really easy to put on like this. So I am working on a little mini book right now that is coffee themed. That's my other project that I have ongoing. And the reason I am doing that is because what happened was I have this weakness for all this coffee themed rubber stamps and papers, but I don't really have pictures to go with it so much. But I have like every single brand, if they have a coffee themed stamp or paper set, I have it. And so I thought I better do something fun with that. So I have these random pictures. I'll have to show it. It's not all close to my heart. As a matter of fact, I would say it's mostly not close to my heart, because I do have the close to my heart. I do have close to my heart coffee sets, but not enough to do a whole book, or not for what I wanted. And Noelle, you're, oh my gosh, cleaning out the house, making room. It's kind of exciting to do that. We have, you know, I know that you guys know we had like a mega storm here last year, caused a lot of damage to the houses and stuff. And so we got our roof done, but we're in the process of getting our siding done in, I want to say August. And then we decided, since we had a little bit of a delay in getting our siding, I got that one a little crooked, that we decided to get new windows. So in order to put in new windows, we got to remove every single thing around the windows, which, it's hard. It's awful, actually. Okay, so I cut this piece out as the banner piece across, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on. And it's more or less just centered. I mean, you know, this is not super precise, right? And then there's a little circle. Now in the pattern, the circle goes down here in this corner, and it overlaps the photo a little bit. So I made the photo mat orange. I think I'm going to do the lighter side. And so technically this is the layout right here. Boom. And I love it, right? It looks great. Other than I got that a little crooked. Now it looks crooked. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I think this piece right here, I think I might put it under instead of over. I'm gonna have to look at my photo. So I'm gonna leave this like this. Let me go ahead and put it on right there. Okay. Now, I have particular pictures in mind for this layout, okay? I took several years ago, I took my nieces to, for her birthday, to a Mexican restaurant, and the pictures are gonna look amazing on here. So I made a second page that looks identical to this, just flipped over here. So I'll show you that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and get some decorations ready for this, and then we'll put the second page, I'll put it all together and show you what that looks like. So with this thin cut and stamp set, you can cut 2 balloons, 3 different kinds of strings, a couple of tassels, and this thing that looks shaped like a butterfly is actually a tie bow like this. So a few of them I did ahead of time, but I wanted to show you how to stamp these. And you can see I have all these little parts and pieces here. I'm just gonna dump those off so I can use this foam. So there we go. I'm just gonna set that here. I'm gonna set out some balloons. I just did a whole bunch so that I can just show you several ideas. I have a whole bunch of strings already to go, so I'm not worried about the strings. And I did go ahead and do a few little tassels too. So I have the solid one on a block already, and then I think I'll put the shady one on here. Now, on the shaded balloon, you might notice I did a little surgery to my balloon, and I cut out that flat part because it was solid. It was just a solid round, and I kept getting ink on that little part, and it would transfer to my balloon, and I didn't like it. It kind of looked like this. Can you see how that has like just a little bit of ink right there? And I decided, I'm just gonna cut that part out. So that's something that I do to my stamps that a lot of people would cringe at. I do stamp surgery. So I have here some scratch paper. This is just old scratch paper. And let's use Lagoon ink. Okay, so I could just do a solid balloon. I ink it up. The nice thing about a solid is you can tell if you've missed any spots or if you have a hickey, like right there, I have a little hickey of some sort. And so you can really get a good clean image. You just put it on there, stamp, and you get these solid balloons that look amazing. But if you wanted to do the fun polka dots or the stripes or the shadow on it, it would be kind of hard to do that over such a dark image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up, check it. I'm going to stamp it onto my scratch paper, and then I'm going to stamp it again onto my paper. Now, that gives me a lighter shade of the Lagoon balloon. And when I get that lighter shade, now I could do the cool effect. So then I could take the shadow stamp and go over it. And you end up with that. So that's really cool. I love how it looks. And it makes the balloon look really awesome. You could do a combination of solid and shaded. So you can see I have a few that I did shaded in the Lagoon. Isn't that neat? Okay. Now, if you want to do the stripes, one way to do the stripes is to just, let's do a pink. If you wanted to just do a stripe, you could just take this white balloon, ink up your stripes, and just go on it. And then you have a stripy balloon, and that's fine. It's totally fine that way. But it's even better if you do that stamp off technique where you go onto your scrap paper, stamp it, and then stamp it onto your white balloon, and you get that paler pink shade, and then do your balloon on top of it. So that way you get a colored balloon with a stripe. So there's another option. Same way, exactly the same way with the polka dots. You could do a light color and then a polka dots. And that's what I did with the nectarine. You could do a solid nectarine balloon just to have a solid. You could stamp it off on your scratch paper and then onto your balloon. And then do your cool polka dots. Like that. So that's fun. Now if you were going to, let's just say this is a card base. This is my scratch paper, obviously, and I wanted to stamp a couple of colors of balloons. Let's say I wanted an orange in the front. I would stamp the orange, clean that off, and then I would have to use a mask, kind of like cut one out, cover that orange, and then do a green. So if you cover the orange and then do the green behind it, and then see how it looks like the green balloon is behind the orange. Whenever you want to do something without cutting them out first, you have to do a mask, and you have to start with whatever's in the front first. Whatever you see first has to be stamped first. So I couldn't make the pink on the front now unless I cut it out, right? But if I wanted a pink one up here, I could do a mask here and maybe a mask over the green. And then I have a bunch of balloons. So that's a neat effect if you wanted to do a card or something where you have, you know, several balloons. And then of course we have the little balloon strings, and you can make those any color you want, but I like the black. And you can just do it like this, and you know there's going to be, where did I just put, oh, here it is. So we know this pink balloon has a string too, so I'm going to cover up that orange balloon and just pretend now there's a string coming out of the background that would be belonging to the pink balloon. So you have 3 strings, right? So that's kind of that's how you mask. That's how you would make like a card front or something like that. I've made a few balloons, a few little tassels. These little tassels are really cute. They go kind of at the, you can put them along your balloon string or whatever. So I'm going to get this ink out of the way a minute. And I'm just making room. All right, so let's get our page back in here and really kind of think about how you want it decorated. I have all of those stickers. What is that weird noise, Jen? I don't know. I hear something outside. I don't know what it is. Okay, so we can make a bunch of balloons as our decoration, and you can glue on your balloon strings like this. One of the balloon strings is a curly Q and one is just straight, so if you just wanted a plain straight, you could do that. But my favorite one, this one makes really cute birthday cards. It says happy birthday to you on as a string. So maybe this pink one would have the straight, and then maybe this one would happy birthday to you. Isn't that cute? And then you can put the little tassels on like this. The other thought I had was to make a banner of tassels across the top. One of the cards in the kit makes a really neat little banner. Let me grab that paper again. So you can see it makes a little tassel banner across the card. And what if I could do something like that in these birthday colors up here. And I was thinking in my pink circle right down here, I could use like the cupcake or whatever. I'll add titles and I will embellish this even more. So this is kind of what I have in mind for page 1. Page 2, oh, I think it's Steve outside. He's got the hose running. Okay, so page 2, what I did was I basically did the exact same thing. It's not adhered down, but it's the mirror image. I just started with pink on this outer edge and kind of moved my way in so that orange will be near the center. And then it has the strip that goes across, and it'll have a pink dot. And instead of 1 photo mat, I'm doing 2. So I have this picture of my niece that goes really nicely on here. And I actually had an extra picture that I thought would work on here really well. So I might do something like that. And then I have this, and I had more than one picture. So here's my deal. I have this picture, which is not great, but it's the best one I've got of her when they were singing to her. You know how embarrassing that is. And then on the other side, it's blurry, but I love her laughter in this picture. I so wish it wasn't blurry, but I thought this is a perfect opportunity to use a flip flap because I know that picture is there, but it's not the main central theme of my page. Like, I'll use the one with her eyes closed or whatever where she's laughing, but I'll still have the one that's I think is hilarious where she's so embarrassed and cracking up. And I'll be able to do a picture my life card in here. I mean, just, you know, gosh, I'm just grabbing the one off the top. What if I put this one in here? And then when you lift it up, let's party. You know, it could be any of them. They look amazing. Look, make a wish. I could use that instead of the circle even. So I will decorate this out a little bit more and I'll show you what I come up with. I'll put my final layout on here. But I love how these balloons look, and oh my gosh, I think I may tuck these balloons away with this paper so that I can use it, you know, with the happy birthday paper whenever I want, because you know you run out of stickers, so this is amazing to have this set for it. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to show you, because this is going to be fun to decorate. I can't wait to do it, but I am kind of excited that they've brought back the Happiest Place. Now, a lot of people are not into this paper, but Happiest Place was really popular last year, so I know a lot of you have it. And there's different workshops. You can just buy the paper and the stickers. You can buy the cardstock with the fun foil prints on it. It has like stripes and stars and different foils plus solids. You can buy the Cricut cuts. You can buy the stamp sets. Whatever. These are like little acrylic shapes. And they even have like a big, like a scrapbooking workshop that you can buy that has basically 8.5 by 11 pages, but they are making this into a 12 by 12 layout. So what I did with them is I laid them onto 12 by 12 sheets and kind of just move the decorations around. But since now I have all this, I bought another pack of paper and I'm kind of excited about having it. It's just, I had used up all my other, and I made a lot of the kits that I made, there's so many ideas last year with this. I used it all. And so I just want to show you some of the cool, what is that called? It's not iridescent. Prism, holographic, yeah, holographic. It's really neat looking. And then they have the solid and the star holographic. You see the light catching that? It's so neat. My favorite is the white, but I didn't actually use the white on this project. And then there's black. And then the prints, two-sided, so you get the black and red with the stars and just black with white circles. On the other side, you have the stripes with the red on the other side. Now, what I want you to think about is that these would be great for pool pictures, or, you know, like if you were going to a concert, a racetrack, a picnic, I mean, anything in the summer. I mean, these colors are good for that. They're really nice and bright. And of course, if you're going to Disney, it's like a no-brainer. But not all of the prints are Disney themed. to me, they're Disney themed. When you think of Disney, you think, oh yeah, that's very, you put them all together and that's Disney. But when you use them independently, you could use them for a variety of things. But I wanted to show you a layout using that same pattern with different paper. Ta-da! Hi, Heather. Haha, that's so funny. She said the contractor is here. That's hilarious because every Wednesday or in the afternoon she has somebody at her house. That's hilarious. I really love this layout. This is an old picture of Jen with Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and these circle stamps are an old 2015 maybe set of circles. And then the little stars, you know, I'm getting a ton of mileage from this star set. I feel like I use it on every page I make now. One thing it has that I had not realized before, okay, I don't know if you can see it, there is a star right there. It is so small. It is so small. It is maybe a third of a pencil eraser sized star, but it is, I used it on, like right there. Can you see the little red dot that I made? It's like a little red star, and I added it there too. I hope you can see it. It is so cute. Anyway, the reason this picture really struck me is because I have that exact same photo of Tweedledee Tweedledum of me when I went to Disneyland in 1977, and I thought it would be really fun to put those two pages together. So I'll do a flip-flop of this page onto a second page, and I'll use that photo of me next to it and put that in an album together. I just think that would be really fun to have that, because I remember when I went back in 1977, that was in California, I remember Tweedledee and Tweedledum chased me around the park. So we were like playing hide and seek, and they, the picture, I think if I remember right, they kept sticking their fingers in my ears and stuff like that. And I think the picture was really cute, although now all faded out. But I think it'll look really neat next to this one. So, hello, that is amazing to me. I think that's really fun. So we have the birthday one, we have the happiest place one, and I have a feeling, honestly, I don't want to show this whole book, so I don't know how many more of these layouts I will do, but you can probably look online at different Pinterest pages and notice that a lot of the consultants use these in their layouts. They just tweak them a little. Like this one, I just saw a consultant use this one on a YouTube video not very long ago. This one I did with the food truck papers. And the triangles, there was a couple of consultants who just used that one recently. So I know that these are out there. This is the one that I did with the Hillside Cottage. So you can see that I've been using it a lot. And then it goes into cards. The back of the book is card making and different patterns of cards. This one has proven to be, even though they're samples, to me are kind of ugly. You didn't hear me say that, but they are. Because people have been using this pattern and it looks so amazing. I just don't like the colors they chose. So don't let their samples throw you. Look at this and this is very simple, but think about what you could do with it to make it your own, to make it special. So that book is cool. Okay, last thing. How are we on time? Oh yeah, good. Okay, this is the new catalog. This is the catalog for July and August. I'm going to go through it as a walkthrough and show you some of the papers next week. And I think you'll really like it, but I just want to give you a sneak peek of the papers because they surprised me, okay? So the paper one is called Wander, and it is kind of nature themed. You can kind of see that. And I just want to show you real quick the paper pack. And then paper two is called Isabella, and it is kind of a little bit lighter. It's a lot of blue and white with yellow as an accent. There's the papers. I have seen some super incredible things made with Isabella already. I know that I'm going to go bananas over this paper because of what I've seen. My first glance was, where's all the summer stuff? You know, where's the pool and the beach and the blah, blah, blah. There's a little bit of that in here, but I just wanted to show you that little sneak peek, and I will go through this with you next Wednesday. I know, Heather, it's really pretty. It's really pretty, and I've seen all kinds of stuff made with it. The consultants have a month preview before it goes live, so there's already people working with this paper and coming up with ideas. And you know, Noelle showed her waterfall card that she made for her father on our Facebook page so that you could kind of get a little sneak peek of that, one of the sets from the Wander pack. But it's really cool. I promise you're really gonna love it. So that is what we have for today. Just know that I'm gonna show you this next week, and then it's already July, if you can believe it. And so I haven't decided what I'm gonna show in the beginning of July yet. I may show the stamp of the month the second week instead of the first week. So we'll see. I'll see. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you came over, Heather. And thanks, Noelle. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.